everybody. First, let's give Christina a hand for that wonderful welcome. I really appreciate that. Is anybody else finding themselves nervous up here? Yeah? Yeah, don't worry, me too. I just want to say congratulations to everybody that's already spoke. You know, you got the hard part over. I want to thank you all for attending. First thing I'd like to ask you is, anybody have an idea what this could be? Something here? Well, it's actually what we call, the technical term is Earth-like planet. You see, this planet right here is close enough to its sun. You notice that there's several moons out there because it's another solar system. And the reason this is so important, I'll show you right here. Nice. How do I go to the next one?
I think just hit over. Just hit over. Yeah.
Nice. We're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, kids. Well, nice.
Did you try clicking it with the thing in your hand, maybe?
No, I sure didn't. So where did it go? See, this is really hard for me. Without it being on a presentation, it's very hard. I apologize. I thought that I would be able to use my slideshow.
Put them all in the same slideshow.
Oh, okay, good. If you'll give me just a second, guys. I apologize for any inconveniences. How come it's not, oh, heck, we'll do it this way, the other old-fashioned way. Okay, where do I?
Probably out of order though.
Yeah, I imagine so. Guys, I really apologize for that. Anyway, so we'll go through this the best we can, just really quick. And they're definitely out of order, and I don't see the one that I was looking for. Ah, finally. Anyways, I apologize for that, guys. That's gonna probably change it. Oh, are you kidding me? This is killing me. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. How do I just pause it, right? Okay. I'm really sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm working on it. All right, so anyways, here's where we were. The reason this is important is because you'll see right here, this is our solar system with our sun and the different planets we have. Up here is an overlay of that particular planet's solar system. You'll see here that it falls in what we call the Goldilocks zone. Inside the Goldilocks zone is where water can be liquid, life forms can hopefully develop, and all that good stuff. Oh, this is really fun. And so today's lecture is going to be a brief history on telescopes, types of telescopes, and then we're actually going to take a look at one. Everybody got that?
Yes.
All right, tell me. Got it?
Got it.
Got it.
Good. We'll be a drill sergeant now. I want you guys' interaction here. All right, so maybe you've looked up at the sky and you've wondered to yourself, you know, what's out there. Hopefully after today's lecture, we'll know where to start. Got it?
Got it.
Awesome. Now, let's take a look at Arecibo. Arecibo is a telescope. It's a rather large telescope. I'm sure you can see that it's actually been carved out of the hills in South America. This is actually a radio telescope, and what it does is it looks for radio wavelengths, which is a little bit different from what I'm going to be showing you today. What the telescope we'll be looking at today actually looks in the visible range of the spectrum. So, just tell you a little bit about Galileo. He was one of the first gentlemen that had really taken, see, the telescope at first was not the telescope. At first it was the looking glass. And what would happen is merchants on ships would use it to see when they were coming into land, and they would have gentlemen on land waiting for the merchants coming in as well. Well, when Galileo got a hold of this, he had built first this one, And then secondly, this one, because he realized that the longer that it was divided by the diameter of the lens would give him a better shot. So after a while, he started to map out the moons and things that he saw in the sky. Right here, you'll see the different phases of the moon. You know, you will have quarter moon here, new moon here, waning and waxing gibbous, and he was really one of the first persons that ever gave us an idea of what was up there. And we can see here from his drawings that, you know, it really is just a big rock, you know. There's no man up there waiting to eat us, you know, and there's no possibility of it being made out of cheese. Now, this right here is actually one of his better telescopes that he had created probably about 10 years before he died in the mid-1600s. Let's see. Here's another couple more right here that he worked on. And this was, he was focusing on basically the crater impacts of the moon. And the same thing here. Now, the only reason this was possible is because he was using a telescope. So it would probably be a smart idea to take a look at telescopes and figure out how and why they work. What happens is we've got different types of telescopes here. Now, on the top, we've got a refracting. That's basically the long, straight tube that you used to play with as a kid and look at the moon. What happens is light comes in this side, it's reflected through this lens, and then brought back to the lens piece, or eyepiece, I should say, that you have at the end. This works out pretty well. It gives you a nice clear shot. It magnifies up to 100 times whatever power you happen to have. And then with this one right here, the reflecting telescope, this is what a lot of astronomers like to use, because we have a piece of glass lens here. It shoots the image from the top and the bottom, which flips it upside down. You can notice by the triangle marks there and there. So the light comes in because this is what telescopes do. Telescopes gather light. They magnify and they gather light. That's how they are able to get such good pictures. So this would be your eyepiece here on the side instead of the end like this one here. Now, the catadioptric are a little bit different. That's actually what I've brought in today. What happens with this is light comes in this side, okay? And then it bounces off of the mirror. No, it bounces off the side mirrors, excuse me. When it comes in off the side mirrors, it bounces off to this little tiny mirror right here behind this mirror over here. That bounces it all the way back to your eyepiece. That's how we're able to see, you know, the reason we use these is because it's a lot harder to see up here. We use glass for these lenses. Down here with these two that astronomers like, mirror is a lot cheaper to mold or to bend, or not bend, but to shape as compared to glass itself. And so just really quick, I just wanted to take a brief moment with you guys. Now, these are actually halfway expensive, so I'm going to pass these around the room. Please be careful with them. Just give you a quick idea of, you know, what kind of lenses we use here, and I probably should snag one. This is a normal tripod. It's actually called an equatorial mount. And the reason for this, because it's on a tripod. Now, this might look a little bit different than what you're used to, but this is one of those catadioptric telescopes. Now, what you're going to want to do, you know, you're obviously going to want to set it up. We're not going to do it today for purposes of being in the class, but it has a sight, this sight right here. Much like a gun scope, it has a crosshairs so that you can find what you're looking for. And then you take this cute little cover off right here. You put your sight in, and then once you have your sight in, you have to tighten it down, all that good stuff. You don't want it to fall out. And the great thing about these newer telescopes is, I'm not going to take it off and attach it right now, but on the back side, you can actually take this off and attach a camera. Just last night, playing around filming with it, we were able to see 4 moons of Jupiter from far away, and then we were able to see 1 moon about this big behind Jupiter, about this big. So it's actually a decent telescope. A lot of people have fun with these, and I just want to do one last thing here with the telescope itself. Just give you an idea. Remember I showed you how it has multiple mirrors in it. Like I said, one here, one in the middle, that's the secondary, and then it goes to the back. And you'll see here that the smaller middle one is a secondary mirror. That's what it bounces off the second time. That's why we get such a clear pictures. It's able to gather more light for us, which is basically the telescope's job. Got it?
Got it.
Nice. So today I discussed with you today the importance of Galileo's discoveries, the importance of different telescope types, and even how to, take and use a telescope. Got it?
Got it.
Nice. Well, guys, I want to thank you for your time. I would like to say just one last thing. Life is short, so have fun, right, guys?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.